Not even 2 days after he announced that his WWE contract had expired over the weekend, Matt Hardy has just revealed on his YouTube channel, as part of his Free the Delete series, that he is indeed going to AEW All Elite Wrestling on the day that AEW Dynamite's going to air its first episode after Revolution at the weekend. It's a 2-minute episode over on his YouTube channel, and it builds up the history of Matt Hardy so far and the zenith within him, which I think is some kind of spirit thing. I've never quite been able to understand the broken Matt Hardy lore. There's a training montage of him getting beaten up by Randy Orton first on Raw, which is images because you can't use the copyrighted video footage, can you? And then it cuts to him on the piano doing loads of broken stuff, hanging out with these little babies. He's in a wheelchair at one point, like James Bond in Casino Royale after being hit in the dick. And then at the end, he walks over to the gates of the big Hardy compound that we've seen so many times in the TNA broken Hardy universe, and up drives a large SUV, and out of it gets Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, the AEW co-executive vice presidents, and they walk up to him, and it has one of those close-up shots of Matt's face, the yes faces, and he just says, "Bucks of Youth, I knew you'd come," and the Bucks just say, well, they're like, yeah, we are here. Yeah, you invited us, man. Matt Hardy is not just that's pretty much a confirmation without actually literally saying, I am with AEW in one of those sort of all-in graphics that you can tweet out. It also kind of implies that we are indeed getting broken Matt Hardy, the version of Matt Hardy that existed before WWE back in 2017 or 16 when he rejoined for WrestleMania 33. Interestingly, the night before him and his brother made his return to WWE, they had their last match, a terrific match for Ring of Honor against those Bucks of Youth, the Young Bucks. So Matt Hardy, in his announcement video on Sunday night, really, it was as soon as midnight turned on into Monday morning in the States, he uploaded a Thoughts from the Throne video. And that was essentially him going through the fact that, yes, he has his WWE contract expire. It expired the night before, and now he doesn't know what he's going to do. He's going to be watching Ring of Honor. He's going to be watching MLW. He's going to be watching AEW. He's going to be watching New Japan, NWA Power. And he listed all of these different promotions, WWE included. He said Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WWE Backstage, where his brother Jeff Hardy was last night, announcing that he is cleared to return now. He's just waiting backstage for creative to give him something to do. He gave the impression that he hasn't made up his mind yet, when I think it's been quite obvious that he has. For months, it's been speculated that he will be unveiled as the Dark Order leader in AEW. I don't know if that's going to happen still. The Dark Order is quite an interesting case in that the original leader was going to be Marty Scurll. That's a reported fact. It's not like that was a swerve and then it was going to be Matt Hardy. No, the original plan was for always to have Marty Scurll unveiled as the leader of the Dark Order. But that whole Dark Order angle didn't go down that well, and Marty Scurll decided to sign with Ring of Honor, re-sign with Ring of Honor, because they were going to pay him loads of money, presumably, and he'd get a position of creative control within the company. Apparently he's essentially sharing the head booker position with Delirious. Now that Marty Scurll wasn't going to be the leader, that's when they started more heavily teasing this Exalted One. And the Exalted One, really, when you say it out loud, doesn't it sound like a Matt Hardy bit of verbiage? That sounds like a Matt Hardy nickname. The Exalted One, yes. And they've been laying these very obvious teases. So obvious, so clear-cut, that you're like, well, maybe it isn't Matt Hardy. But then they swerve you with, maybe it's Christopher Daniels, maybe it's Raven, when they had him in the crowd for one brief moment for a Dark Order segment on Dynamite. They're doing very good setting up of red herrings, really. I think it's still going to be Matt Hardy. I think it's the right move to announce him in advance. It's essentially, you're coming off an AEW Revolution pay-per-view bump anyway, and now hopefully you can get that added interest of Matt Hardy as well. But we'll see if he turns up tonight. I don't know. We're what, 7-8 hours away from Dynamite airing? I reckon we'll get him as the Dark Order leader. That seems to be the most natural fit, but I would not be against him just being a broken gimmick unto himself. Unfortunately, his brother Jeff won't be joining him anytime soon because of injuries and court appearances and legal issues. WWE have extended Jeff's contract for what some say is up to a year. So although Matt's contract expired at the end of February, Jeff's will likely expire next February, even though they signed at the same time. What do you think about Matt Hardy suddenly announcing himself for AEW? Yes, it was expected. Yes, we could have all kind of guessed it, but still, gee, isn't it exciting at the same time? And what do you want to see him do now he's in the promotion? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be getting to as many of them as I possibly can. From out of nowhere, from out of broken, I don't know. But in the meantime, please click the video that's just appeared on the screen to catch up with our WrestleTalk news episode from earlier today, where Undertaker is unhappy with WWE. Find out why by clicking that. And of course, head over to Parts Unknown and watch episode 1 of No Rolls Barred, our Wrestling RPG series with Adam Blompier. We're so proud of it, and we'd love you to check it out. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was some breaking wrestling.